Hi, I'm Petra and this is Earthpuzzle. Even though the collective awakening and ascension and liberation is happening, the awakening is being hijacked by the same evil forces that are behind the big system in general. The hijack is happening mostly through the false New Age, false esoteric, false ascension, false spiritual gurus, modalities, teachers and movements. And although they cannot stop the global liberation, it is causing great harm and is trapping and assimilating and eating lots of souls, doing extreme damage on them in all levels. Hi, my name is Petra and I specialize in truth, discovering truth and understanding what is going on around us, as well as focusing on solution-based thinking, projects and being in general. I have started my personal awakening in 2010, in the year of the indigo, and ever since this, the truth of the word, truth seeking and understanding what is going on, while as well expanding my consciousness and liberating myself from mind control, has been the topic of my life and focus. I have created Earthpuzzle for those who want to understand and want to know. It is for those who are interested in the real, unmanipulated and uninfected truth of the world, the real truth of humanity and planet Earth. The amnesiac humanity. Humanity has been in amnesia and asleep for tens of thousands of years, not knowing who they are, who have created them, what they really are, and what their real role is. They have been robbed of the understanding of their real, true galactic universal history, and they have been robbed of their real self-identity. They have been robbed from the right way of thinking of themselves and knowing what their role is in terms of planet Earth. This amnesia has been intentionally and forcefully made by various invading negative, dark alien forces who are very advanced technologically, but who do not have an inch, a tiny bit of spiritual, emotional, soul, heart, divine intelligence at all. This means they only have mind, but they don't have a heart. What is spiritual awakening? Spiritual awakening has been named and described by lots of other people in lots of other ways, and I am going to link a professional description about spiritual awakening, just like a description. If you want to read a description, I very much like, but I will put it in a more simpler way than there is. How I lived it. So for me, in the most simplest way, spiritual awakening was and is like when we are babies and we are born, we have a certain way of being, of thinking and feeling, of processing, of like where do you look out from your body. And mostly first, we are completely third dimensional, physical, 5 sense focused. That means you are completely focused in the physical, in the ego, in your little small self, in the physical 5 senses. And this is the physical reality. Spiritual words are the non-physical words. So physical is physical, spiritual is the non-physical, the energetic, the subtle energetic words. And senses. So spiritual awakening for me was when, instead of only being focused in a very small point of view, like small little Petra, just focused on the physical, it's when your point of perception and way of sensing, your sensory perception changes, it expands, you get much more sensitive, and you start to sense the subtleties too, and you realize that you are a physical and a spiritual being too, and you also realize that these two are one and the same. So it's the same, it's just the density, the vibration is different. So physical is also spiritual, it's just very dense. Like light is not dense at all, it's like very light and transparent, but it can become physical if it wants to. So physical and spiritual is the same, but one is non-tangible with the five senses, it's tangible with the spiritual senses, and the other is the physical. And also with spiritual awakening comes sensitivity, higher sensory perception, and a great deal of opening and expanding the heart, the capacity to love, and the consciousness. So instead of being in a very small box, a small closed box, a closed, small, black, dark, closed, simple thinking, you get expanded just about to limitless eternity in both time and space and every measurement. What is collective awakening? So collective awakening is when this process happens not only with one person, but with an entire race or with a planet. So it's not only me or some yogi saints or Jesus whose name is Yeshua, or not just these very few ones who become spiritually awakened, but it means when an entire race, or if not the entire, but most of the race, most of the people, the beings on earth or on a planet get this same feeling of spiritual and collective awakening. So collective awakening is when it happens to a lot of us, and this is what is happening right now, but unfortunately it is being hijacked, and I will talk about who and how is doing the hijack and why. What is real, mature, adult awakening? So what is the real and the spiritually mature and the real adult, grown up awakening? So the hijacked awakening keeps people in an infantile and childish state, and real adult spiritual mature awakening goes further than that, and it means that it means lots of stuff. Again, I will be writing about this later, just like lots of things that I touch. I just don't want to keep the videos days long. So, but real mature adult awakening is when you become a spiritual mature adult. That means a great deal of negative ego and personal egotistic reaction and program dissolving, and it also means that you grow the strength and the willingness and the ability to be able to face the dark, painful, scary things and side of the world around us. So real spiritual adult mature awakening is when you grow up enough in order to be able to handle the negative, the dark, the painful stuff of the world, and you also grow strong enough and you develop a sense of responsibility enough, and you develop a sense of moral obligation in order to be inner motivated to help in any way you can, to do anything to help solve the various numerous problems that we all have, because we have big collective problems, personal and collective too, and real spiritual maturity is, and real awakening is, when you are actually actively, in an effective way and in a reasonable, logical, intelligent way, you are doing something to help. Who is blocking the organic and natural awakening in humans that should already be happening on a mass scale? I'm going to say this very shortly here, and later I will expand on it shortly. It is the artificial intelligence and the negative aliens who are infected and backed by artificial intelligence that has infected and invaded humanity and planet Earth. So it is an artificial consciousness, a dark, deep, evil, parasitic, jealous, psychopathic, anti-life, anti-Christic, anti-female, anti-everything that's divine and good. It's an evil consciousness, and the entities, who are the patriarchal negative entities who are infected by this artificial consciousness. How to prepare for and handle your awakening. So again, this will be expanded on later, but okay, so this entire channel is for others to prepare and handle their awakening, and all the videos are intended for you to handle the awakening process. So when I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Okay. So when I started my process, I started to reach out to several people, went through loads of body of material. Of course, that's what everyone does, because we have been robbed of our ability to have gnosis and do it all by ourselves. Of course, there are some amazingly cool ascended master level beings who do that, who don't need anything, just the inside part, but most of us need someone from the outside who are further along the path. And I myself have found my soul family and the team with whom I have come here, that is the energeticsynthesis.com group. And when I found this website, I knew that I'm home, I knew that this is what I have been looking for, and for 10 years now I have been studying this body of material. This material is of course free and available for everyone, but it is written from by another indigo starseed on an indigo level. That means that it's very advanced, it's too advanced for most of us too, and most people, earth seeds or others, just freshly starting awakeners, it's very hard for them to digest that information. So that's why I got the task to simplify and condense and distill everything I know and to make it more understandable. I need it too. It's good for me to repeat too, because I'm like openly admitting it's insanely advanced, very hardcore, very extraterrestrial, PhD level, super science fiction, high spiritual scientific things that I don't understand more than half of it. I just know that it's true, and if it's too much for me, then it's definitely, I'm sure it's too much for others too. So through these videos I would like to simplify and condense things for myself and others too that I know, so it makes it easier for you in case you would want to start to learn that material too. So this is for now, and I have a blog that I wrote that is attached to this video. There's always a blog for every video, and I will always link the blog to the video. And I'm gonna link the Earthpuzzle Deep Study Mentor Group and the links for the mentor groups that I am hosting to in the description of this video, if you feel like you want to immerse yourself in these deep spiritual and scientific studies. So until next, see you soon.